So I have a new hobby. Well, I don't know about hobby. Pastime? No, pastime. That's too much. Activity. Um, my grandfather smoked a pipe, and although I never met him, I always loved the smell of the pipe. And although in many ways it seems completely antithetical to how I live, because I'm a kind of a fitness nut, I decided recently to finally purchase a pipe. So I thought I'd walk you through this. And this is, well, I'm just learning this, so you're experiencing it with me. So this is the first pipe I bought. And because I never buy crap, although you can buy very, very cheap pipes, this is an Italian pipe, and it was not very cheap. That said, you can spend a fortune on pipes, and it's not that, but this pipe is about $180. It's from Italy. And here comes the lovely missus. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, so you can enjoy this with me. So this was the first pipe I bought. I bought it because I wanted something that had a decent feel, not too small in my hand because I have big hands. I didn't want something delicate. I wanted something symmetrical for some reason, and something that looked kind of robust and was aesthetically appealing as well. I also picked it because, and again, I'm just learning all of this. There's different shapes to the mouthpiece, and some that look almost like a saxophone in terms of their drop down. Others that are virtually straight, and I wanted something that was low enough that it kept the pipe out of my field of view, meaning not straight, but I didn't want something that looked like a saxophone. That just looked a little bit too Sherlock Holmes for me, so that's why I bought this one, and it's worked wonderfully. So I had been smoking, I should say learning to smoke a pipe for about 2 weeks, when and researching it, looking at on the internet and so on and so forth, and then Annika and I took off for Christmas to visit her parents in Norway, and that's where I'm making this video from Norway. So what I've learned is that a common practice, well, first of all, people who smoke pipes don't just have one pipe, they have several pipes. And apparently the theory behind that, aside from just collecting them and finding them appealing, is the idea that you let them rest or dry out between uses. You clean them and set them aside and use another one typically. So I did know that I would be buying more pipes, and I figured that if I actually enjoyed smoking a pipe, that I would likely end up buying, I like craftsmanship, and so I figured I would eventually begin to buy more pipes, and probably not particularly cheap pipes. So in that vein, I've learned that it's common for people who smoke pipes to purchase pipes when they're abroad, when they're traveling, to commemorate that trip and the memories surrounding that trip. So here we are in Norway, which is incredible, in a home that is over 100 years old, passed down through Anniken's parents' family. And we're, the second story is a completely self-contained flat, if you will, or loft, with a kitchen and a little fireplace. And here, I'll just give you a once around. We're in the living area right now. So Anniken's mother was kind enough to set up a Christmas tree for us. Obviously quite beautiful, but not nearly as beautiful as my lovely wife sitting over there looking at photo albums. So here we go. So today we went into Oslo, the capital and spent a little bit of time bopping around. Yesterday, I jumped up online, poking around trying to find out if there was a decent pipe shop, and so you're looking at the newest member of Oslo's pipe smoking club, and one of the members turned me on to a place called Sol Cigar, S-O-L, as in sun, so Sol Cigar. So today, Annika and I, along with her father, went down to Oslo, did a little shopping, had a nice lunch, some coffee, paid an exorbitant amount of money to cash in some traveler's checks, and then we went to Sol Cigar, where I had the full intention of buying a pipe, which I did secure. So this is my latest purchase. It is a Stanwell. In fact, it's Pipe of the Year, special edition Stanwell, and it currently they're made in Italy. Actually, it was formerly a Scandinavian company, but they're now actually made in Italy, and the craftsmanship is wonderful. So as you can see, it's just really beautiful. And here it says Pipe of the Year, and that's in silver, a silver inlay right there. So a little bit earlier, I smoked this for the first time, and I was actually going to capture loading it and smoking it for the first time, but when I went to fire up the GoPro, the battery was dead, so that didn't work out so good. But anyway, so I did smoke this earlier, sat out on the patio, so to speak, or the balcony, bundled up with a glass of vino, and smoked this pipe for about 45 minutes, the last 15 of which Annika joined me, and we had a nice little chat. So anyway, so there it is. There's my new hobby. I'll keep you posted on how it's going. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's nice because, as I say, I'm pretty health conscious, so I could never see myself smoking cigarettes, and cigars don't appeal to me, but the smell of a pipe is just really fantastic, and it's just cumbersome enough to be something that you would do, maybe, at least for me, every few days. You might choose to step out on the patio or a balcony and have a little smoke. And again, unlike cigarettes, which have chemicals in them to keep them burning, you have to tend to it a little bit, and I'm getting better at that. But the point is that it's something that you just choose to sit down and do and relax. So I'm really enjoying it. So, okay, there's my new hobby. Cheers.